Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2021 Women of Action Awards ceremony. Everybody shake your hands. Put your hands up on the screen. We have a wonderful evening prepared for you tonight. My name is Christine Goodman, and I'm the director of the Office of Cultural Affairs for the City of Jersey City. And we are here for a unique experience, which is our virtual award ceremony. We have been doing this in person in the past in chambers at City Hall. And of course, due to the virus and wanting to keep everybody safe, we have now moved online. And we thank each and every one of you for joining us tonight. We do have an ASL interpreter. So if you do require the sign language interpretation, you may pin Tyson and you will be able to see him throughout the evening. We do also have captioning available. So if you do need captioning, you can click the CC button, which is located at the bottom of your screen on Zoom. And finally, for best viewing through tonight, you can do the speaker view on Zoom, and then that way you can see what we will be presenting. So to get things started, I would like to now turn it over to our council president, Joyce Waterman.
Hello, everyone. Hello and welcome to Women of Action virtual ceremony. I'm excited tonight. I am Council President Joyce Waterman, and I would like to thank you for joining us tonight. Women of Action has been a part of the city tradition for over 25 years. Just think about that, 25 years. And we celebrated always in March, which is Women's History Month. So we're excited. Now we all know 2020 has been a challenging year, but through the challenging times, we have women who have proven to be unstoppable. As a public servant, this is one of the rewards and opportunities that I get to do when I have an opportunity to honor women. So I'm excited about that tonight. So I want to say thank you to all the honorees out there. Thank you for your contributions, your sacrifice, and your service. Hillary Clinton once said this: always aim high, work hard, and care deeply about what you believe in. When you stumble, keep faith. And when you're knocked down, get right back up, and never, never listen to anyone who says you can't or you shouldn't. So, ladies, tonight, I hope you're going to have a fantastic time. Enjoy. We're celebrating you tonight. And so at this time, I would ask Christine to please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
So everyone from your homes, if you wouldn't mind standing up and joining me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Now I would like to welcome a young woman from Jersey City who is joining us tonight to sing the national anthem, Miss Rija Banerjee.
And oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
That was wonderful, Regia. Thank you so much. Next, please welcome our Mayor, Stephen Fulop.
In the toughest of times. So congratulations, Stephen Fulop. This is the second year that we've had to done remotely our awards for the Women of Action here in Jersey City. It's a tough predicament, but we didn't want to waste this opportunity, nevertheless, to thank and congratulate all of the outstanding women that are receiving recognition this year for the work that they've done in making Jersey City a special place. You are really the backbone of the community, serving in so many different ways, from helping the most vulnerable communities to helping our immigrant communities, to helping our parks and infrastructure. Really, these women that are the nominees this year have really made a difference in the toughest of times. So congratulations, and we look forward next year to doing this in person.
Next, I'd like to turn it back to our Council President, Joyce Waterman, to introduce our City Council.
Each council person would like to share a few words. So we'll start with Rolando Lavaro Jr., Councilman at Large. Rolando?
Thanks.
Okay.
There you go. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Council President, for that introduction. And I want to acknowledge the Council President Waterman for today's program. She's been leading this event now for 7 or 8 years. I also want to thank Christine Goodman,
Yes,
staff at Cultural Affairs, for their hard work in putting together tonight's virtual celebration. Tonight, as we said, we're celebrating Women's History Month and all of these incredible women who enrich our lives here in Jersey City. I want to give a quick shout out to Amy Elizabeth Torres, my nominee for the 2021 Women of Action Award. Women have done incredible things over the past year, the most historic of which was the inauguration of the first Black, the first Asian, the first woman to serve as Vice President of the United States.
yeah.
But this past year has also seen the challenges that women face. Women have fallen out of the workforce at higher rates than men during this pandemic. A disproportionate number of them women of color. Recently, we have seen women summon the courage to speak their truth in sharing their deeply personal experiences of sexual harassment by one of the most powerful New York State politicians. And just this past week, we saw 8 people in Atlanta senselessly murdered at massage spas. 6 of the victims were Asian women.
Yeah.
Murderer stated that sexual addiction was the motive, not race. And in response, we have seen brave Asian women speak about men's objectification, exoticization, and their fetish with Asian women is exactly the sort of racism that should be considered hate crime. With tonight's event, we celebrate the accomplishments and progress of women, but we also acknowledge that there is so much farther to go and to commit to addressing those inequities and injustices. Welcome to everyone watching. Congratulations to all the honorees, and thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, Councilman, for those encouraging and warm words. At this time, we'll hear from Danny Rivera, Councilman at Large.
Good evening. I hope everybody's doing good, and congratulations to all. So honored to be in the presence of such great women. You guys are amazing. Um, I just look at you, and I always think about when I was younger. One of my teachers always used to say, "Bad vibes don't go with your outfit," and that's important, because you guys wear everything you do so well, and your accomplishments are amazing. I want to leave you with just one thing, and it's be thankful for your struggles,
Mhm,
because without them, you wouldn't have stumbled across your
mhm,
strengths.
mhm.
And that's pretty deep. To my honoree, Xiomara Gonzalez, an amazing Jersey City public school teacher. Thank you for what you do. Your arts are amazing. I love each and every one of them. Your inspiration to our community in Jersey City is grand. Joyce Waterman, Council President, Christine Goodman, thank you for the amazing job that you guys continue to do with this. Uh, like uh, like the mayor said, looking forward for next year, so that we can have this live. God bless you guys, and congratulations again.
Thank you, Councilman, for those words. I know the women are appreciating it because this is a challenging times when we are so distant that we can't touch one another. So I know another powerful tool is tools are words. So words are very powerful. And so we really thank all the council people tonight for just sharing words, because that is what's going to get us to the next level, is us strengthening one another. So at this time, we will hear from Councilwoman Denise Ridley from Ward A.
Good evening, everyone. This is one of my favorite events, the Woman of Action Awards. I myself received the Woman of Action Award in 2000, I believe, 11. And this is something that I look forward to every year. So thank you to Council President, who is always standing up for women. She keeps us encouraged in City Hall. She keeps us encouraged on the council, and she really believes in woman power. Thank you to Director Goodman and Office of Cultural Affairs for taking the time to make sure that we are still having this event, even through the pandemic, and for all the work that you've done to make it special. And to all of the honorees, especially to my honoree, Barbara McCann Stamato, who I know many of you know, who has been a force in Ward A for a very long time. As I looked at the list of women in the past who have received this award, I saw so many great names, and I am so happy that you ladies are adding to that list on this evening, and the list is growing and becoming even more better. So here's to strong women. May we be them, may we know them, and may we raise them. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Thank you. Thank you. At this time, we will hear from Mira Prinseri, Councilwoman from Ward B.
Hi, good evening, everyone, and congratulations, ladies. The Women of Action Awards is also one of my favorite things to be able to do as a council person. I'd also received the award, and it is just nice to be recognized, and it's nice to be able to recognize women that are doing great work in our communities here. Council President, I want to thank you for your leadership with the Women of Action and all the events during Women's History Month. For those of you who don't know, this was the first time that we raised a flag Women's History Month and on International Women's Day. And that is something that I think is really important, because it really does need to be celebrated and across the city. To the women who are being honored tonight, I'm continually amazed by the tremendous work that you do, your care for your community, and your care for each other. To my nominee, Dr. Sakiba Syed, I am amazed at the work that you've done during COVID. Celebrating our doctors and our people in the medical field, I think, is really important, especially right now. you guys show up to do the work every single day. And it's nice to be able to just take time out to celebrate and recognize this. And this is always a great opportunity for women to support women. Director Goodman, thank you to you and your staff for all the work that you've done on this. Pivoting during COVID has not been easy for any of us. And I think that you guys have shown a tremendous ability to do this, to keep our cultural events relevant, to keep our celebrations relevant, and to find new ways to be able to do this together, even if we're not in the same room. So I look forward to next year. Women, keep up the great work. We all know we're fantastic. So let's let everybody else know how wonderful we all are.
Thank you, Councilwoman. At this time, we will hear from Councilman Rich Bogiano from Ward C. Rich, you out there?
Yeah, I'm here. Joyce,
Okay.
can you hear me? Hey, thank you to Christine and thank you to Joyce Waterman, the council president, for putting this together this year with all the problems we've had with COVID and everything. And I want to say we have a wonderful group of young ladies that, sorry about that. I thought I put it on. Danny, you're supposed to stand at attention when that goes. We have a wonderful group of people this year. And I'll tell you, I am so looking forward to next year when we can have this live in City Hall and we're all together. And the person I picked, Money, she is fantastic. She's really a great activist in Ward C. So congratulations to all of you. And I turned my phone on silent. Thank you.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you. At this time, we will hear from Youssef Saleh, Councilman for Ward D.
Thank you, Madam President, and thank you to Director Christine Goodman and all the folks that made this event possible. I believe, this event is very important now more than ever, as you've heard, that women have been burdened with a lot of the effects of this COVID-19 pandemic. And it is now important, now more than ever, to honor them. And I want to thank all the women here today. I'm honored and humbled to be in your luminous presence. And I want to give a special shout out to the Ward D recipient, Judy Bald-Waddleton. She is our four-leaf clover in the Heights because we are lucky to have her. And she is one of the most active and forward-facing community members in the Heights, and particularly well-known in the Western Slope area. And she has no problem speaking truth to power. And the women here today, are especially important because they are on the ground advocating, they're on the ground fighting for the community, and they're building the bridges for a better tomorrow. So while you make history every day by changing people's lives and changing the community for the better, you're also laying the foundation for a brighter tomorrow for all of us to enjoy. And with that, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Councilman. At this time, we will hear from Councilman James Solomon from Ward E.
Good evening, everyone. Council President, thank you. You do an incredible job with this event. Director Goodman and the Cultural Affairs staff, you too as well. Thank you for all the work you do. I'm very excited tonight to honor Diane Atwell, President of Hamilton Park Neighborhood Association. I know we'll get to say more about our honorees in a minute. I just want to say that it was wonderful yesterday. We took photos at City Hall, giving the awards to the honorees. And I was able to take my daughter, Camila. While we were there, I was able to tell her, for each honoree, that I knew why they were there and what good works they've done for the city, as well as to talk to her about the incredible number of women elected officials that were in the room, the council colleagues, Assemblywoman McKnight. And it was really wonderful to show her the incredible work that women in Jersey City are doing. So I'm very, very excited to celebrate with you all tonight. Congrats to all the honorees, your families. You make our city proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. At this time, we will hear from Jermaine Robinson, Councilman for Ward F.
Council President, you did it again. I usually get to say saving the best for last as Ward F, but I'm sure you're going after me again this year. No, truly, Council President, I just want to thank you. I want to thank Director Goodman for, everything that you do. This is an amazing day. I know there was a famous song out that said, "This is a man's world," but I truly don't believe that. I truly believe that we stand on shoulders of the women, that because without you guys we wouldn't be here. It's amazing just to be a part of the city, to be a part of a growing culture where, you know, like Councilman Solomon said, we had a good time yesterday sitting with our elected women, and watching what Angela, Assemblywoman McKnight did in Trenton, especially with the CCRB bill. It's amazing, and you know, this year I got to honor her daughter, which they say the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, but this apple has fell. This apple has planted itself, and this apple is growing limbs and leaves, and not only creating businesses, but helping others to create businesses in the community. So I'm just honored to honor great women, and I want to say congratulations to all of the honorees, but especially to my Miss Anasia McKnight Odoms. I just want to say I see you, we see you, all that you do. You're a single mother and you're out here making it happen. And it's an honor to know you and to be able to honor you and lift you up tonight.
Thank you, Councilman. You know, I don't want to forget my honorees. I want to thank Pastor Donna Atwater. For so many of you that are council, y'all know Donna, she's worked in our office, you know, and we know that Donna is a lovely person. Donna is unstoppable. You know, when I see the work that Donna do in her neighborhood, it's amazing to me, because people move in and out of a neighborhood, and sometimes they lose the connection of feeling like home, feeling of being a part. But Donna, because she's the committee person on her block, everyone knows her. And when a new person comes in, she make it her business to make sure that they feel welcome to the neighborhood. And that's so important. So Donna, I want to give you your accolades now, and I want to honor you. You are a woman of character, a woman of faith. You know, you are unstoppable. You really are. You get the job done, Donna. You get the job done. And for that, I am truly grateful that you are a part of our team here at City Hall. You help all the council people, and that's good. You are a woman of integrity. And also, last year we started what we call the Youth Award. And tonight, I don't want to forget you, Tatiana Cruz out there. We are saluting you because we believe as we grow in this business, we should develop young people to pass on the baton to. And based on all that you have accomplished, we are looking for you to do great things in the future. I'm looking to hear about you on the news because you are a go-getter. You're unstoppable. So to all the honorees out there tonight, may God continue to bless you and keep you. And at this time, I'll turn this back over to our MC, Christine.
Thank you, Council President. Before we get to our honorees for tonight, to learn a little more about them and the work that they do, I'd like to turn it over to the Jersey City Poet Laureate, Rescue Poetics, who will perform a poem for us.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Council President, and thank you to all the council members and to the attendees. As the first woman poet laureate of Jersey City, it is a tremendous honor to be here in this fine company. So I just wanted to share a poem about strength. Beneath the shell of bone lies not a heart, but a person. Who this is doesn't start from the outside, already exposed. Smallest thread, hold endless, break seams above bone. Arguments and struggles fall away, pile on the floor, forgotten. Beliefs and fears fall next, the great debate, silent. Experience, knowledge, know-how. Bring the pile knee-high, bright bones still protecting. Once that thread is pulled, what's left is me, naked in truth. flesh that beats knows but one rhythm, survival. All the pieces that make it work, real and imagined. Feed from that little rhythm, giving the thumping a reason for living, giving the thumping a reason for living. Pull every bit of what you think makes me who I am into an enigmatic, exotic miracle of humanity, composed of flesh and bone. This, who I am, raw and strong, is no gimmick, no pretense or pretty words. This, who I am, while protected by shell of bone, beats strong, exposed from the inside out. Thank you.
Thank you, Rescue Poetics. Such a joy to have you here with us. Now, are we ready to hear about our honorees? I know everybody, but clap your hands. You can do a little wave like this. You can put some love in the chat. I am going to bring the energy to you virtually, and we're going to honor these women that are doing such great work here in Jersey City. First up, Pastor Donna M. Wright Atwater, nominated by Council President Joyce Waterman. Shake some hands. Pastor Atwater was born and raised in Jersey City. She attended both PS 24 and Henry Snyder High School, where she received her diploma in business. Pastor Atwater was married to the late Jersey City PO, Jerome Atwater. To that union became two beautiful daughters, Carmisha Atwater Swan and Kanita Atwater Cosme, one son-in-law, Leo Cosme. Pastor Atwater has 4 grandchildren, Janaya and Tamar Swan, Tay Lynn, and Caleb Cosme. She received her associate's, bachelor's, and master's degree in divinity from Greater Grace Bible Institute. Pastor Atwater was ordained on April 30th, 2011 by her anointed overseer, Bishop Marvin Bradshaw Sr. of Higher Dimensions Ministries International. Pastor Atwater was the council aide to Councilwoman Diane Coleman and to Councilman Jermaine Robinson. She's currently the assistant to Council President Joyce Waterman. She is currently serving her 3rd term as District 14 Ward F Committee Woman. She is well known in her district and will do whatever is necessary to keep her district well kept and as safe as possible. Pastor Atwater is one of the first to become a Jersey City chaplain. She also holds a certificate through the Police Chaplain Program of New Jersey. She's been honored by Sarah's daughter on the issue of domestic violence. She was honored as a trailblazer at the Bethune Center, and her photo was placed on the Wall of Fame. Pastor Atwater is the pastor of Greater Destiny Family Worship, located at 269 Varick Street, Jersey City. Pastor Atwater is a woman of faith with a very unique style. She is a woman of standard who is not perfect, but strives daily for perfection and is grateful to be a part of this awesome move of God. She is God's woman, God's cheerleader, and she is an unstoppable woman of God. Now I'd like to welcome Donna to say a few words. Congratulations, Donna. Can we unmute? Oh, I can unmute you. There you go.
Thank you so much. I am so excited. I would never thought that this would happen for me, but I thank you for the beautiful flowers, and I thank you for this beautiful plaque, and I thank the council president for even acknowledging me at all. I love this program. I've been the MC for this program several times, and I've had the best time. So I never thought that I would be nominated as one of the people. So I thank God for everybody, my bishop, my children, they're all on the line. So my members from Greater Destiny, they're all on the line. So I thank everybody for being a part of this day.
Thank you, Pastor. Council President, would you like to say a few words?
You know, Donna, you are a special woman. You really are. And you know that I know that you're a special woman. Like I said, when you know what Donna does in a community, to me, that says a lot about a person's character, because she really goes out her way to make everybody on that block feel welcome. And that's something to see, because so often when we move in a neighborhood, we don't think to include everyone to make them feel like they are part of the block, but she goes beyond that. And not only that, she's a pastor, and every time I see her, she's out there helping someone else, helping to feed someone, helping to clothe someone, doing a funeral, running up the hospital. So Donna, I want you to have your flowers now while you can smell them. You deserve this, and you deserve more. May God continue to bless you and keep you and use you for this, for such a time as this. God bless. Is more yet to come.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you. And as the pastor said, she has been the MC for this event in the past, so I have very big shoes to fill. So please bear with me tonight. Hopefully you'll be back next year, but I'm glad you're enjoying tonight. Up next, Amy Torres, nominated by Rolando Lavaro Jr., Councilman at Large. Amy Torres is a proud immigrants' rights advocate and Filipinx American resident of Jersey City. Amy works across grassroots and grass tops movements to center social change, work within communities most marginalized by existing systems of power. Amy plays a lead role in several community groups and organizes residents to speak at state, county, and city council hearings by publishing online templates, scripts, and whip trackers so neighbors can fully participate in their democracy. Most recently, Amy worked to organize speakers at a record-breaking public meeting for Hudson County's ICE contract renewal, where over 140 people spoke for more than 10 hours in unanimous opposition to the agreement. Amy is now executive director at the New Jersey Alliance for Immigrant Justice, a statewide coalition of 43 faith, labor, policy, and community organizations that fight for fair and welcoming policies. Previously, Amy served as Director of Policy and Advocacy at the Chinese American Planning Council, the nation's largest social services nonprofit for Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders, and as Board President of OCA, Asian Pacific American Advocates NYC chapter. Closer to home, Amy is a member of the Hudson County Progressive Alliance, where she fights for a more open democracy by reforming the county political endorsement process and advocating for progressive local policies. She is also an organizer with Solidarity Jersey City, a People's Unity, Mutual Aid, and Resistance Network, and a member of the New Leaders Council 2021 cohort. Firmly rooted in Amy's identity and experience is the belief that human rights should not be subject to change simply because of circumstances as arbitrary as birthplace, border, or paperwork status. Amy also believes that bold public policy is needed to undo root causes of harm and restore dignity by empowering everyday people to be involved in decision-making spaces. Please give it up for Amy. Amy, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Christine. I want to thank Councilmember Lavaro for his vision and his leadership, not just on council, but for Asian Americans and for immigrants in Jersey City. Jersey City is an immigrant city. It's our city's shores that give harbor to the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island. New Jersey is the fourth most diverse state in the nation, and 1 in 4 residents is foreign born. 1 in 6 of us has an immigrant parent. But as we eclipse a year of the COVID-19 pandemic and reflect on the callous atrocity that was the ICE contract vote, and watch with horror as anti-Asian violence erupts in mass shootings, I want to call to mind the words of a much more famous and more accomplished Filipina activist, Maria Lorena Barros. Maria said, "The new Filipina is one who can stay whole days and nights with striking workers. She is a woman who has discovered the exalting realm of responsibility, a woman fully engaged in the making of history. The new Filipina is more and more a woman for action." And as I reflect on Maria's words, I also call us to remember that Asian American joy and immigrant joy and struggle is a weapon against hate and discrimination. For those that stand against immigrant communities, let us stand in defiant and radical joy. In the words of poet Carlos Bulasan, who was also a Filipino American, a laborer, and a poet, he said, "They are afraid, my brother. They are afraid of our mighty fist, my brother. They are afraid of the magnificence of our works, my brother. And they are even afraid of our songs of love." Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. I would now like to invite Councilman Lavaro up to say a few words.
Can't top that. You really broke out the Filipino historical references there. Thank you, Amy. So I'm just going to elaborate a little bit more on Amy. Had a great bio about her, and there are two words that really come to mind when the name Amy Torres is invoked, and that's fierce and powerful. I only met Amy just last year, but have learned that she's a fierce organizer, advocate, and leader on every major progressive issue in Jersey City. It was detailed in her bio. Police budgeting and reform, fair ballots and democracy. And the big one was really the, among others, among all host of other issues, ending that ICE contract, which is still needs to happen. Amy Torres was part of the organizing effort that brought over 140 speakers to unanimously testify in opposition to the Hudson County ICE contracts expansion. It was an organizing effort that drew national attention, including a tweet from former Democratic presidential candidate Julian Castro in support of the call to end the ICE contract, and it led to both Senator Menendez and Senator Booker both publicly announcing their opposition to the ICE contract. If you've listened to Amy Torres speak, you hear her strength, commitment, and resolve emanate from every single utterance, as you saw tonight. If you're a politician, you know your feet will be held to the fire by Amy, and you would do well to recognize that she is undeterred and won't sell out to the quid pro quo politics that characterizes Jersey City and Hudson County. This Filipinx, this Pinay, has inspired and rejuvenated my spirit. Thank you. She's inspired me to fight for change against powerful forces, the kind of transformative change that makes a real difference in people's lives, not superficial changes that make good headlines, but do little to move the needle. And by the way, she's incredibly humble. So there are very few people I know, men and women alike, who epitomize the phrase that Congressman John Lewis coined, good trouble. I'll get into good trouble with Amy anywhere and anytime. Amy, let me know where you're going and I'll follow. I am beyond proud to have met Amy Torres, and I'm honored that Amy has accepted the nomination and the award, the 2020 Women of Action Award. Congratulations, Amy Torres. Keep up your extraordinary work.
Thank you, Councilman. Thank you, Amy. Up next, we have Xiomara Gonzalez, nominated by Daniel Rivera, Councilman at Large. Xiomara Gonzalez is known by most people as Z. Xiomara's art brand is known as 3XG Art. She was born and raised in Jersey City by immigrant parents from Puerto Rico. Ms. Gonzalez has a bachelor's degree in education and art. She currently works for the Jersey City Public Schools and has been teaching 3- and 4-year-olds for 19 years. When she's not teaching, Xiomara is busy creating art. Xiomara has been painting for about 20 years now. When not busy painting and creating art, she's spending time with her family or volunteering. Giving back to the community where she was raised in is very important to her. Ms. Gonzalez has volunteered at the Soup Kitchen, giving book bags back to school, handing out turkeys and handing out toys for Councilman at Large Daniel Rivera. In March of 2019, Xiomara began painting her very first mural for the Central Avenue SID. A Girl's Best Friend was completed July 1st, 2019. Since then, she has held different art exhibitions for JCast, JC Fridays, and Jersey City City Hall. Xiomara Gonzalez currently teaches art classes for the Frank R. Conwell PTA. And due to the pandemic, those classes are being held virtually in the online space, just like this event. So please give it up for Xiomara. Please say a few words and congratulations.
Hi, and good evening to everyone. Thank you, Christine, Council President Joyce Waterman, and Daniel Rivera for nominating me. I'm really humbled by this whole experience, and I'm very honored to be among such great women that are part of Jersey City. That's really important to me. So thank you to everyone who logged on, my friends and my family, and thank you again to Daniel Rivera for the nomination.
Congratulations again. And now I'd like to welcome up Councilman Rivera to say a few words.
Hi, can you guys hear me? Hi. Listen, Xiomara, I thank you for the amazing job that you do, you know, with our city's youth, which is extremely important. It's something that I've personally been engaged with for the past 30 years, and to see you, you know, so engaged with a different angle when it comes from the arts, that type of heartbeat that these kids need to feel and hear, it's important, and you do an amazing job of it. You know, you do an amazing job when you give your time to programs like the Hispanic Bar Association, the Puerto Rican Day Parade Committee. You're just an all around Jersey City true blue monster, and I love you to death, you know, and I want you to keep up, you know, the amazing work. Thank you for being such a great friend to my wife. She's here supporting you 100%. And thank you for always, like I said before, always feeling the heartbeat of this city. That matters, and that's important. You're the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Up next, Barbara Stamato, nominated by Denise Ridley, Councilwoman Ward A. Barbara Stamato is currently the Executive Assistant to the CEO of Spectrum Healthcare, Inc., an outpatient opioid substance use treatment center in Jersey City. She is also part-time City Council aide to Ward D Councilman Yusuf Saleh. She previously worked as part-time City Council aide to Ward A Councilwoman Denise Ridley and as legislative aide in the office of Assemblyman Caridad Rodriguez, West New York, and Assemblyman Lou Manzo, Jersey City. Other positions held by Mrs. Stamato include Chairwoman of the Jersey City Democratic Committee, Jersey City Committeewoman, District A34, and elected member of the New Jersey State Democratic Committee. She is a former board member of the MFL Foundation for Cancer Prevention and mayor's representative on the Hackensack Meadowlands Municipal Committee. Barbara is a past treasurer of the Hudson County Democratic Organization, a former board member of the New Jersey Council on the Status of Women. She is a former commissioner, Jersey City Parking Authority, former member of St. Anne's Home for Aged Advisory Board, and past volunteer at St. Joseph's School for the Blind. She is married to Patrick Stamato and mother to Alex, Ensign USN, and Gregory. Barbara Stamato.
Thank you. Thank you, Christine. First of all, I'd like to thank Ward A Councilwoman Denise Ridley for choosing me for this honor. I've had the pleasure of working beside her governmentally, civically, and politically, and Ward A is very lucky to have someone so dedicated to the needs of the community. Christine, thank you to you and your staff at Cultural Affairs for this creative and innovative talent that you have putting this program together. I'd like to congratulate all the honorees. I'm very proud to be included in this group of amazing women. And I just want everyone to know that 10 minutes before the meeting, I decided to do a load of laundry. So I am actually a woman of action. I get things done in record time before it started. So congratulations to everyone. Thank you for the honor.
And now I'd like to welcome up the Councilwoman to say a few words.
Good evening again. This year, when I was thinking of who we would select for Ward A to be our Woman of Action, I was looking through the list, and there were some names that I thought of, and I said, okay, well, this woman was nominated already, this person was nominated already, some of the people that I thought of, and that was important because it said, one, we have a lot of awesome women in Ward A, and two, that those awesome women are still active, because there were names on that list of people who were nominated years ago, and they're still active and somebody that I would nominate today. So that's awesome. But one thing that stood out to me was that Barbara's name wasn't on that list. Aside from everything that was named in her bio, because she's been so active in Ward A, and because she's worked in my office, she's worked in the previous Councilman Gajewski's office, a lot of the ladies on that list are people that she has suggested and, said, this is a great woman to be Woman of Action. So she's actually been instrumental in helping to make Women of Action in Ward A, and she had not been on that list herself. Barbara, you know how much you have helped me, you know how much you have helped the residents of Ward A, whether it is, showing up to captain's meetings, whether it is helping with different events, whether it is still answering emails from residents who don't realize that you're no longer working in my office and you answered the email anyway. So we really, really appreciate all that you've done for Ward A and for the city, and you are definitely a woman of action. And I am so proud to have the honor of presenting this award to you this year in 2021. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Denise.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
And I think Councilman Saleh is going to put a comment for you in the chat as well. Up next, Dr. Sakiba Sayed, nominated by Mira Prinz Eri, Councilwoman Ward B. Dr. Sakiba Sayed was born in Jersey City, New Jersey at the Jersey City Medical Center. They say it takes a village to raise a child. Jersey City has raised many families and generations, and we are who we are by being raised by its love and dedication to its citizens. It has been a launching pad for many success stories. Dr. Sakiba Sayed went to the local Jersey City public school system, PS 42, PS 6, and then got into the accelerated and enrichment program at PS 25. She graduated as valedictorian and then went on to St. Dominic's Academy High School, where she graduated as valedictorian. During high school, as a high school college scholar, she also accumulated 32 college credits from St. Peter's College in Jersey City. It was the dedication and instruction of Dr. Sayed's parents and her teachers who believed in her. After finishing medical school in one of the most renowned universities in Pakistan, King Edward Medical College, established in 1860 by the United Kingdom, at the top of her class in clinical medicine, Dr. Sayed came back to do her residency at St. Michael's Medical Center, Newark, New Jersey, where she was taught by the country's top educators and had the privilege of attending Dr. Fauci's lectures at St. Michael's. She opened her practice in 2006 in Jersey City, New Jersey, and started serving the community that raised her. She is now raising her family, who have attended the same school system she attended. Jersey City has grown and changed as many of its citizens, and it is a work in progress, but it is a beautiful city, which has provided a myriad of communities and cultures coming together and truly representing what being American is all about. Dr. Sayed.
Thank you so much. This is an amazing honor. Thank you, Christine, Council President Waterman, Councilman Mira, all the council people. I know everybody personally. I am so honored to be amongst such an amazing group of women. Thank you so much. It does take a village to raise a child, and I'm one of the children of the village of Jersey City, I say. And it's such an honor to serve the very community that raised me. This bears a huge sentiment for me because my family believes in serving people. I was always taught by my parents, you're put on this earth to serve God and serve his creations in the best of your ability. How you do it is what you make yourself out to be. As a woman, I accept this on behalf of all the women. I've seen such resilience in women this past year. As a physician, I've seen deaths, I've seen births, I've seen I've seen to believe that we do live on borrowed time. So please treasure your time. It's very, very fragile. Women this past year have shown me their strength, their resilience, compassion, fortitude, and it's been so unwavering and so tenacious. You know, it's not been easy this year, and many of us are working full time. We're taking care of elders, children, families, and even our neighbors while trying to make it seem as effortless as possible. We're making it happen because a lot of lives depend on us. This award is a reassurance that we're all doing something right, especially during this time when everything seems not to be that right. So I want to thank you for everybody for doing what you do. God bless you all. And please continue to do whatever you can to serve the community. It's a great city we live in. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. Well said. Next, I'd like to welcome Councilwoman Prinzary to say a few words about her nominee.
Thank you, Director, and thank you, Doctor. Sorry, I got a little teary there for a second. I'm not going to pretend I didn't. Doctor, I'm so glad you mentioned service, because one of the things that impresses me so much about you and the work that you do is your volunteerism. This wasn't mentioned in your bio, but the doctor has been involved with many medical missions to Puerto Rico, to Haiti, to Pakistan. She has raised she did fundraising. She raised $30,000 for COVID relief for people in the state of New Jersey. She does health checks for those in need in Journal Square. She helps people that have trouble obtaining insurance get insurance through Obamacare and through Charity Care. She also does work in the mental health space. So I don't know how you do it. I'm just so grateful, and Jersey City is so blessed to have somebody like you who does this. And I also want to say it was a pleasure to meet your daughter. I am so glad that she is following in your footsteps as it relates to service for Jersey City. I can't wait to see what you're going to continue to do, and I can't wait to see what she's going to do. So congratulations, and thank you for all you do.
Congratulations. Up next, Maniben J. Karbai Patel, nominated by Richard Boggiano, Councilman Ward C. In November of 1978, Maniben Patel emigrated to the United States from the Navsari district of Gujarat, India. Since 2000, Maniben has been serving the city of Jersey City as a librarian at Five Corners and the Marion branches of Jersey City Free Public Library. Over her tenure, membership of the Indian community at the JCFPL has increased substantially. A few hundred school-age Indians now participate in their summer reading program. The library offers free courses in both English and Gujarati to anyone interested. In addition, Maniben is also conducting a number of cultural programs at the Marion branch and now regularly records Hindi story hours that are available to the public via the JCFPL Facebook page. Ms. Patel has been volunteering for the Indian and American community ever since she migrated to this country. Her first call to action was volunteering for St. Aloysius Elementary School on West Side Avenue, where her 3 boys went to school. Most recently, Maniben has helped non-English speaking immigrants from the Indian community with many day-to-day activities, including school registration, filling out immigration forms, learning English, and applying for aid. Maniben is a committee member of the Hudson County Democratic Organization and an executive committee member of the Federation of India of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. The FIA is a volunteer organization that represents over 500,000 Asian Indians in the tri-state area. Their goal has been to promote cultural awareness and support the community. Mrs. Patel married Jekar Patel, a retired civil engineer who has been working for the MTA New York City Transit for 25 years. Together, they have 3 sons, Amish, an MBA graduate of the University of Notre Dame, Deval, an MPH graduate of the New York Medical College, and Swetal, a graduate of Drexel University. Maniben Patel. Manny, would you say a few words, Manny? Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to say thank you to our councilman, Bugiano. Thank you for award and flowers and recognize me in community and whatever I do for people. I'm a people person and I love to do whatever I do. And I'm doing so many online programs. I'm helping the still small children's. They come from the other countries. They knock my house door. They knock me on a way, and they come in the library. They call me, and they ask. People ask for me, and they give my number, my address, and they come in the library, and I help them. And I love to do whatever I do. And I'm a committee woman since last 18 years. And I'm helping my neighbor also. And thank you for recognize me. And without my husband, thanks to my parent, my husband, and my 3 sons, without them, I cannot do anything. And their support and their love, I'm here. And thank you for everything. Thank you, Mr. Bugiano.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, I'm going to welcome.
Congratulations to all women. Whatever they do, please continue help your community and Jersey City. We love the city.
Thank you. And I'd like to welcome up Councilman Rich Bugiano to say a few words.
Ms. Patel, I've known you for many years. You're so active in the community. You're active in the Indian community. I love seeing you at the library at Five Corners. Very active in the schools. You're great with children, and you've done so much for Ward C. And I just want to say thank you very much. And I hope you continue with everything you're doing and get involved, get the kids involved. What you do with children is fantastic. And I'm looking at you with the picture with the 2 books in your hand at the library. And this is what the children need. We need more people like you to help them, to teach them to read more books, to get educated and everything. And I know you're well loved in the Indian community. And I want to thank you for being my representative. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Next, I would like to say a few words about Judy Waddleton. Judy Bald Waddleton, nominated by Yusuf Saleh, Councilman Ward 15. Judy Bald Waddleton is a born and raised resident of the Jersey City Heights. She grew up on Grace Street, then lived on Central Avenue and moved to Nelson Avenue, where she has lived ever since. She is a lifelong member and parishioner of St. Anne's Church. She served as a committee woman for over 15 years, from the 1990s to the 2000s. Judy Waddleton is a community leader in the Western Slope section of the Heights. She, along with her late husband, William F. Waddleton Sr., dedicated their lives to serving the community and Jersey City residents. Because of Judy Waddleton's longevity in the community, she often receives calls, questions, and requests from residents of the Western Slope section of the Heights. She raises these points at community meetings and brings them to the attention of the city and the council office. She does not shy away from holding developers, politicians, and individuals accountable for their actions or inactions, and is a tireless fighter, advocate, and indomitable pillar of strength in the community. Judy Waddleton.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Judy.
Hi, how are you, Rich?
Good.
Please say a few words, Judy. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I've been born and raised in Jersey City Heights, And I raised with 6 siblings, and I raised my 3 sons here. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying in Jersey City in the Western Slope. And I'm also a retired special needs teacher. So, and I work with the children over at St. Anne's Church, which I really, really enjoy. But I was raised by parents that told us that we should help our neighbors. We shoveled snow, we raked leaves. So they instilled in me that attitude to help my neighbors. So that's why I do. The one thing I have to say is that we have to make sure as a retired teacher that we can, that we protect the children and the most vulnerable. And because what I learned in teaching and dealing with children today, a smile on a child's face is worth all the money in the world. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you for that. I'd like to welcome up Councilman Yusuf Saleh, who nominated Judy.
Well, thank you so much, Judy, for everything you've done in the community. You know, you help out with the church, you help out with the book bag drives, you help out with special needs children. And as you know, I have a sister that's special needs as well. And I'm one of 8. I have 7 sisters, so we come from big families. We're both born and raised, and you know, I immediately gravitated towards you, and I saw that, you know, a lot of people in the Western Slope section especially come to you with their concerns, and you go on your walks, you know, through the community. I swear, Judy is probably one of the most active people in the Heights, and then she'll send pictures. You know, she's very tech savvy as well. She'll send me pictures, say, why is this sign leaning down? Why is there so much trash on Kennedy Boulevard? And she, you know, she literally is one of the most caring and kind people, and someone who cares for a community deeply, has deep roots in this community. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything. Thank you for helping me, you know, address issues that have, you know, remained in the Western Slope section.
Well, Councilman, thank you for caring. Thank you for caring about the Western Slope.
Absolutely.
Congratulations and thank you, Councilman. How's everybody doing? Let's get some hands in the air. Are these women incredible or what? I mean, the work that these women are putting into improving this city every single day. I'm so glad that we have the opportunity. And I also feel very honored to be here in the presence of such incredible women and such incredible female leadership for our city too. So everybody put some love in the chat. That's a great place to show your support for all the women that are being nominated this evening that we are honoring for Women of Action. Up next, Diane Atwell, nominated by James Solomon, Councilman Ward E. Diane Atwell has resided in the Hamilton Park neighborhood for the past 20 years. She currently serves as president of the Hamilton Park Neighborhood Association, HPNA. She was the 2020 president of the Downtown Coalition of Neighborhood Associations. She's been a religious education teacher at St. Michael Roman Catholic Church since 2014. She volunteered at the Hudson County Board of Elections for the 2020 presidential election. After retiring from a 20-year career as an architect, Diane turned her attention to raising her son and seeking volunteer opportunities. She started volunteering with the HPNA, became a board member, and was elected its president in 2020. Under Diane's leadership and in response to the pandemic, the HPNA instituted online public meetings and began embracing social media in an effort to disseminate information on issues of importance to the HPNA membership and community. Diane has worked with the city to secure funds to renovate the dog runs and install community compost sheds at Hamilton Park. She has spoken at numerous Jersey City Planning Board meetings on behalf of Hamilton Park residents. She has been involved in the ongoing negotiation between the city and specific private entities to secure access to the PATH station through Newport Center. In the recent election cycle, she organized volunteers to notify voters of rejected ballots and to process corrected ballots. She would like to thank the HPNA board for their hard work and dedication. She would like to acknowledge the support she receives from her husband, Clark, and her son, Xavier. Diane Atwell. Please say a few words, Diane. Congratulations.
Thank you, Christine. You're doing a great job. I'd like to thank Councilman Solomon for nominating me for this award, and thank you for all the support you've shown Hamilton Park neighborhood and all of downtown. I feel so very honored to be included in this amazing group of women, and I'd like to personally congratulate all of them. Again, I'd like to thank the volunteers and trustees of the Hamilton Park Neighborhood Association for all their hard work and dedication to making Hamilton Park neighborhood the great neighborhood that it is. And without them, I would not be receiving this award. And finally, thank you to my husband, Clark, and my son, Xavier, for their love and support. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Now I'd like to welcome Councilman Solomon to say a few words.
Congratulations, Diane. So well deserved. For everyone watching, you know, one story to just tell you why Diane deserves this award so much is when I came to the event yesterday for her to receive the plaque, the first thing she wanted to talk to me about was she's working to put YouTube videos up for information for people in Hamilton Park. It was all work, all about helping the community, which is just what makes Diane so wonderful. You also can tell how amazing she is because she's immediately thanking all the people she works with at Hamilton Park and the Neighborhood Association. But you know, we've had wonderful presidents of the Hamilton Park Neighborhood Association, and Diane is just doing an extraordinary job. I said this at the last meeting with HPNA, but it's true. You know, they are really helping me do a much better job of serving the community on a number of really, really important issues, getting new dog runs, reopening the Newport Mall, development north of the Holland Tunnel. They have really pushed for really, really good, thoughtful policy and have been a force in the city to get the public what they deserve. So Dan, I'm very, very grateful for what you're doing for Jersey City, for downtown, and for Hamilton Park. Clark and Xavier, thank you for sharing Diane with us, and so well deserved.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Diane. Up next, Anasia McKnight Odoms, nominated by Jermaine Robinson, Councilman Ward F. Anasia McKnight Odoms was born and raised in New Jersey and now proud to be raising her son here. While working in the fashion industry, she has always had a passion to help others and a love for apparel, shoes, and accessories. Anasia has her BS in fashion, merchandising and management, and an MBA in entrepreneurship. Anasia decided to take the route and become a fashion and business consultant. Always having the drive to start her own business and be her own boss was always a goal of Anasia's. Having lived and worked in Jersey City nearly her entire life, her local market knowledge is unparalleled. Anasia loves helping people. She utilized all of her experience that she learned in the fashion industry to begin AMO Consulting in April of 2019. As a fashion and business consultant, she helps entrepreneurs start and grow their businesses. Many entrepreneurs do not know where to start or what to do next. With every one of her clients, Anasia teaches them how to adapt and how they can grow and better their business. Anasia. Please say a few words. Congratulations.
Thank you, Christine. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for this award. This is very special to me. This award came at the perfect time. I always go by the quote, "You never know who is watching," by Don Mattingly. So as a business owner, I see that it can be very encouraging, inspiring, and motivating to so many people without knowing. I tell all of my clients this because as an entrepreneur, we always focus on which level that they are instead of focusing on the level that we will be on someday. I am my biggest critic and often question myself, am I doing everything right? I'm also coming up on my second year anniversary for AMO Consulting. And let me tell you, the first year of being an entrepreneur is you go through it all. So there's a lot of challenges, but I'm so glad that I stuck to it and I kept going. Moments like this make me go harder and want to grow my business and just to spread more education. A huge thank you to Councilman Jermaine Robinson. Thank you so much for this award. And again, thank you everyone that made this moment possible for me and all the other beautiful honors. Thank you.
Congratulations. I'd like to welcome up Councilman Jermaine Robinson to say a few words.
Oh, congratulations. Again, well, Director, I just want to say thank you to you for saving, Ward F for last. I don't think the council president really wanted to do that. But no, on a serious note, they say if you teach a person to fish, if you give a person a fish, they'll eat for a day. But what you're doing, you are teaching people to fish. And at such a young age, that's an amazing feat. I wish I was where you were when I was your age. As a business owner, I'll take off my councilman hat, but as a business owner, I know it's so hard to start and run a business, but it's really hard in COVID, in a pandemic. And you've been taking all of the right steps. You've not only been a businesswoman, you've been there in the community. You've been helping others in the community, not just in the business form. She probably don't want to talk about that much, but it's hard not to be in the community and walking in those steps when you have a mother such as yours. And I talked about the apples falling from the tree earlier. But I just want to touch on it one more time that your apple has fell and you have planted yourself in fertile soil, and people are watching. And what you said, what Don Mattingly said, you never know who's watching. We are watching, the community is watching. You do so much outside of your business, but I really wanted to take a step and honor someone that is not just thinking about the politics of Jersey City, but helping Jersey City grow. And I want you to do me a favor and everyone else, all of the wonderful women here a favor. When you blow up and you become rich, you make sure you stay here in Jersey City and continue to teach the next generation to be amazing women. I just hope that the kids coming up in the city can see what you're doing and use you as a role model and become just like you. So thank you for all your hard work and dedication to not just your business, but the entire city. Ward F thanks you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And speaking of young women in leadership, it's now my honor to thank the Female Youth Inspiration Award honoree for tonight, Tatiana Cruz, nominated by Council President Joyce Waterman. Tatiana has been a member of the Boys and Girls Club of Hudson County for 8 years. She participated in many programs, including Career Launch and Diplomas to Degrees. In addition, Tatiana held positions for her club's teen group dedicated to leadership and community service, serving as Keystone Club president and secretary. Other community service activities include her work with the Brunswick Community Garden and Soul Studios Art Residency. Tatiana has received a number of honors, including the Horatio Alger Scholarship semifinalist, Questbridge National College Match finalist, and the New Jersey Scholastic Art Awards. Tatiana has also been a member of Junior ROTC, a volunteer at the Jersey City Medical Center, and a participant in the Boys and Girls Club's Workforce Development Program, resulting in a paid internship at Best Buy. A few examples of Tatiana's commitment to our community and the world include being part of the Jersey City March for Our Lives Steering Committee and contributing illustrations to a reading primer created for a school in Rwanda. She has been honored by Sarah's daughter on the issue of domestic violence. Tatiana recently graduated from Ronald E. McNair Academic High School with a 3.7 GPA. She will be attending Rutgers University, majoring in neuroscience, and her career aspiration is to be a physician. Ladies and gentlemen, Tatiana Cruz, our Youth Inspiration Award honoree.
Hello. Thank you, Christine, for the introduction. And thank you so much, Council President Joyce Waterman, for nominating me. Seeing the honorees tonight is just an amazing experience. And I'm so happy to be here tonight. I also want to give special recognition to Miss Janet Wallach at the Boys and Girls Club, the Teen Services Director, CEO Gary Greenberg, for all their help and allowing me to be Youth of the Year for New Jersey and putting me up on billboards and all over the media. It's just such an amazing honor, and especially with Miss Janet helping me through these hard times with Corona. As a young Latin Asian person growing up in Jersey City, I'm so glad to be a part of a progressive community. And we are so lucky to be in this melting pot of different nationalities and ethnicities and cultures. Even tonight, looking at the participants, I already see so many different nationalities, and it's just a pleasure to be here. Thank you. And thank you for the flowers. They were beautiful. Thank you.
Congratulations, Council President.
Well, you know, it was important for me to start the Youth Inspiration Award. And Tatiana just fits the bill so good. You know, it is so important. You know, I'm encouraged even more because as I get wiser, I don't like to say older ladies, we understand that. As I get wiser, I see the importance of having the youth so involved because it really is our future. And so when I look at young women like Tatiana, I have hope for the future because all that you already have contributed, and you're not a selfish person, you're selfless. And for that, you know, it was just such an honor for me to honor you because I know that you will always be a voice for those who are less fortunate. And that's, to me, that's what America should be really all about. So God bless you. And I'm just proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing.
Congratulations again, Tatiana. And congratulations to all of our 2021 Women of Action. Show some love. Yay! Yay! I know we're in the virtual realm and we're not in person together to really scream as loud as we want to and as we feel in our hearts, but next year we will all be back together. And you as Women of Action, keep in mind that this will keep going forward. So we invite you to then pass that love forward to next year's Women of Action as we continue to work together to make this world a better place day by day. I am honored to be here as a public servant. I feel energized and inspired to go forth and do good work after hearing and reflecting on all the good work you are doing. And thank you to our city council and our mayor for making this program possible every year. And of course, as a woman in a leadership role, I would be remiss if I did not say that there is a huge staff from the Office of Cultural Affairs working behind the scenes right now to, as the council president mentioned, to pivot very quickly into the virtual realm. We are on the ground event people. We are now technical people. And I would like to take a moment for everybody who's on my staff to turn on their cameras and just give a little wave. And I just want to appreciate you, and I want to appreciate all the work you're doing. Tyquel, Gretchen, Chris, Jujo. Yay, thank you again. And anybody from the staff who jumped on, thank you. I also would like to thank our ASL interpreter and our captioner who are making this and all of our programs accessible to the public. Thank you very much. And now I would like to turn it over to the Council President, Joyce Waterman, who has done so much for Women's History Month every year, and this program being no exception. Council President.
Well, ladies, I hope this inspired you to do more. Our whole objective was to make you feel special, even though we can't hug each other, touch each other. But I just want you to know this is a big hug like this from all of us at City Hall. We really appreciate all that you do. And I would like to leave you with this. And Christine, before I close out, I just want to thank you and your staff, because believe it or not, a person can have a vision, but the vision can't come to pass if they don't have people who's willing to help make the vision alive. And so Christine is always here trying to do what she needs to do to satisfy me. And I really appreciate that, Christine. I really do. Because you know, women is a passion of mine. It really is. So ladies, I want to leave you with just a portion of this that I shared with the women directors here at City Hall. I want you to use it. I want you to adapt to it. And I want you to pass it on, because it's really powerful. Because we are free women, born of free women, who are born of free women. Back as far as time begins, we celebrate your freedom, because we are wise women, born of wise women, who are born of wise women. We celebrate your wisdom, because we are strong women, born of strong women. We celebrate your strength. You are the glue that keeps it going. May God continue to bless you. Stay safe, continue to mask up, stay 6 feet apart until we are able to come together and celebrate each other, touching and hugging like we are as people that we need. I want you to stay safe and keep lifting up sisters everywhere, because we wear more than one hat and we get the job done. God bless you. Good night.